this video, we will be doing 21 till 30 of October-November 2021, variant 1-2. Question number 21. Which statement is correct for a reversible reaction that have reached the dynamic equilibrium? Now, it's a reversible reaction. Let's read the statement A, B, C, and D, and then we'll discuss which is the correct option. Introduction of a catalyst changes the position of the equilibrium. The position of the equilibrium, we have three factors which can change the position of the equilibrium. Number one, we have temperature, which can change. Another factor is pressure in the case of gases. And the third factor is the concentration. So catalyst can definitely not change the position of the equilibrium. The catalyst can speed up the reaction rate. Okay, so that is not the A option is incorrect. The number of moles of the product equal to the number of moles of reaction, that is again an incorrect information. It's not necessary कि अगर आपके पास जितने moles reactant के उतने ही मोल्स आपके प्रोडक्ट के भी होंगे अगर रिएक्शन अपने डायनामिक इक्विलिब्रियम स्टेट में होगा. So that is again an incorrect statement. The rate of forward reaction equals to the rate of reverse reaction. Yes, absolutely correct. कि आपके पास अगर कोई भी reversible reaction है, let's suppose N2 plus 3H2 is going to give you 2NH3. ये reaction अपने dynamic equilibrium state पर तब आएगा जब इसकी forward reaction की speed same होगी as a backward reaction की speed के साथ, और तब जो रिएक्टेंट होंगे वो कंबाइन करके प्रोडक्ट देंगे और प्रोडक्ट जो है इवेंचुअली कंबाइन करके रिएक्टेंट देंगे ऑन डिसइंटीग्रेशन. तो इससे इस तरह से आपको बज़ाहिर तौर पे लगेगा कि जैसे रिएक्शन हो ही नहीं रहा. तो दैट इज बेसिकली योर डायनामिक इक्विलिब्रियम स्टेट. सो डायनामिक इक्विलिब्रियम स्टेट पर आपका रेट ऑफ द फॉरवर्ड एंड द रेट ऑफ बैकवर्ड रिएक्शन इज सेम, then only a reaction will reach a dynamic equilibrium. So that's absolutely correct statement. When the reaction reaches the position of equilibrium, the reaction stops. No, it does not stop. It seems as if it has stopped because it has stopped because आपको बाजारी तौर पे लगेगा क्योंकि ये रिएक्टेंट कंबाइन करके प्रोडक्ट देगा और प्रोडक्ट इवेंचुअली डिसइंटीग्रेट हो करके ये रिएक्टेंट देगा. तो आपको बाजारी बाहर से देखने पे लगेगा कि आपका रिएक्शन स्टॉप हो गया, लेकिन ये स्टॉप नहीं हुआ है. ये आपका रिएक्शन विल कीप ऑन प्रोसीडिंग. फॉरवर्ड रिएक्शन एंड बैकवर्ड रिएक्शन दोनों होंगे बट एक ही पेस पे होंगे, जिसकी वजह से लगेगा कि ये स्टॉप हो गया है. So answer to question number 21 is C. Question number 22, which statement about acid and bases is correct? 0.1 mole per DMK solution of ethanoic acid, which is a weak acid, right, has a higher pH than 0.1 mole DM cube solution of hydrochloric acid, which is a strong acid. तो जो आपका जो pH होता है वो strong acids का lower होता है. pH of strong acid is lower than pH of weak acid, right? So according to that fact, we have the option A, a correct option. Still, let's read the B, C, and D. All bases dissolve in water. They are talking about the bases. They are not talking about the alkalis. So the bases dissolve in water to produce OH. It's not the all bases. There's some of the bases which are not water soluble. So they will not be giving OH ions. Some of the bases are not soluble in water. Say so that is incorrect information. Incorrect statement. Bases react with the nitrates to produce ammonia. It's not the nitrate. Bases, they react with ammonium salts. They react with ammonium salts to produce ammonia. So that's again incorrect. Oxides of metal are always acidic in nature, acidic in character. It's not acidic. They are basic in character. So that is again incorrect. So answer to question number 22 is A. Question number 23, which compound can be formed by the precipitation reaction? By the precipitation, that means they're asking us that out of these, which is basically our insoluble salt. So insoluble salt, all the group 1 salts are soluble. So Under that category comes NaCl. Under that category comes potassium sulfate. So they both are soluble salt. And even all the nitrates are soluble. So C is again your soluble. D, barium sulfate, is insoluble. So it will be prepared by the precipitation method. So answer to question number 23 is your D. Question number 24. Which method could be used to make a pure sample of copper to sulfate? Copper to sulfate can be prepared. They have given us 4 options. So let's see which options, through which options we can prepare copper to sulfate. Acid plus metal carbonate, yes, we can use, because copper sulfate, neither it can be prepared by the titration method, क्योंकि titration method से आपके सिर्फ वो salt में प्रिपेयर होते हैं, आप कह लें जो कि आपके ग्रुप 1 सॉल्ट्स होते हैं ब्रॉडली, या फिर आपके अमोनियम सॉल्ट्स. ठीक है, ब्रॉडली हम कह सकते हैं कि ये दिस इज अ जिस्ट के टाइट्रेशन सॉल्ट, सिर्फ आप याद रखिए ग्रुप 1 के, और अमोनियम सॉल्ट्स जो होंगे वो टाइट्रेशन से. तो कॉपर सल्फेट जो है वो ट्रांजिशन मेटल का कंपाउंड है. और ये हाइड्रो, व्हेन यू टॉक अबाउट द रिएक्टिविटी सीरीज, इट कम्स बिलो हाइड्रोजन. So this is the reactivity series. We know that it is below hydrogen. तो हाइड्रोजन से ऊपर के जितने भी सॉल्ट्स होते हैं, ये एसिड्स के साथ डायरेक्टली ये मेटल्स रिएक्ट कर सकते हैं. तो ये मेटल एंड एसिड रिएक्शन से ये फॉर्म आप कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि ये इनके जो भी आयंस होते हैं वो हाइड्रोजन आयन को डिस्प्लेस करते हैं फ्रॉम एन एसिड. सो दे कैन प्रिपेयर मेटल एंड एसिड डायरेक्ट रिएक्शन. लेकिन कॉपर बिलो हाइड्रोजन विल नॉट रिएक्ट, will not prepare its salt by directly reacting with an acid. Okay, so this is the information which I'm giving you prior looking into the options. So let's start with the option. Acid plus metal carbonate. Yes, we can prepare the acid plus metal carbonate. We can have sulfuric acid and we can make it react with the copper carbonate, which is insoluble. So ये excess of solid वाले methods से आप prepare कर सकते हैं. You will be getting copper sulfate and you'll be getting carbon dioxide and steam. Yes, that's a possibility. Acid plus metal oxide, क्योंकि अब अगर titration method नहीं है तो हमारे पास दूसरा, it's a soluble salt. तो दूसरा तरीकेकार क्या है? This is method A. Acid with metal will not react in this scenario, because copper is below hydrogen, right, in the reactivity series. So this will not react. And definitely the precipitation reaction is not feasible, because precipitation reaction are for the insoluble salt. And we have the soluble salt in this scenario. So option 1 and option 2 can be the right answer. So that is the reason. Question number 24. A is the correct option. Question number 25. Ammonia is made by the reversible reaction, and this is the reaction, and it's an exothermic reaction because we have a negative sign here. Minus 92 kilojoules per mole of energy is liberated when ammonia is being formed. A chemist investigated how the percentage of ammonia at equilibrium changes with pressure. The experiment is carried out at 250 degrees Celsius and 350. Now, because 350 is a higher temperature and exothermic reactions are supported, that means forward reaction is exothermic. And if you want to produce more of ammonia, we need to keep a lower temperature. Lower temperature पे आपको yield of ammonia ज़्यादा मिलेगी because it's an exothermic reaction. Now, the experiment is carried out at 250 and 350. Definitely 250 is a better temperature for which we will be getting a this may aapka equilibrium will be more onto the right hand side. That means ammonia will be provided. The forward reaction is facilitated. Which graph shows the chemist results? Now ammonia की percentage 350 पे ज़्यादा तो नहीं मिलेगी, 250 पे ज़्यादा मिलेगी, तो इस हिसाब से आपका ऑप्शन ए जो है वो गलत है. क्वेश्चन नंबर 25 का A option is wrong. Now let's see the B, the percentage of ammonia we will be getting more at 250 and less at 350, the option B is actually correct according to the information which is given to us in the question, that the forward reaction is exothermic. So it will be the production of ammonia will be facilitated at a low temperature of 250. Let's see CND. In CND ammonia जो है उसकी percentage जो है वो decline कर रही है, ठीक है, it's declining. Percentage of ammonia produced नहीं हो रही, वो disintegrate कर रही है. तो this is C and D are basically depicting the reverse reactions, ठीक है. So that is why the B is the correct answer for the option number 25. Question number 20. Question number 26. Which statement about sulfur dioxide is correct? Sulfur dioxide gas is basically your reducing agent, right? It's reducing agent. और ये आपका पोटेशियम परमैंगनेट या पोटेशियम डाइक्रोमेट जो कि ऑक्सीडाइजिंग एजेंट होते हैं उसका कलर चेंज कर देती है बिकॉज देर ऑक्सीडाइजिंग एजेंट. So this the identification test for sulfur dioxide is that when we pass them through oxidizing agent, it changes the color. Let's see what are the options here. Now, what is correct for sulfur dioxide? It dissolves in water to form sulfuric acid. No, when sulfur dioxide is added to water, it forms sulfurous acid. Sulfurous acid is basically your H2SO3. So when you add water to sulfur dioxide, we get H2SO3, sulfurous acid, not sulfuric acid. It is a final product of contact process. No, sulfur dioxide then further get oxidized to give you sulfur trioxide, which is basically the main reaction, and the contact process ka jo main product hota hai, that is your sulfuric acid. So that is again a wrong option. It is used as a food preservative. Yes, sulfur dioxide is used as a food preservative. It has got its two, three uses. Number one, it can be used as a reducing agent. It can be used as a preservative for jam and jellies. It can be used to bleach the wood pulp, or these are certain uses of sulfur dioxide. Then it turns the potassium iodide. Potassium iodide itself is a reducing agent, so definitely it will not have any impact on the potassium iodide. So the correct option for 26 is your C. Question number 27, the diagram shows a part of the periodic table, and there are different alphabets mentioned in this part of the periodic table. We have W, X, Y, and Z. W is going to be a metal, and because they're showing this is in the second group. This is the first group, and W is in the second group. This whole chunk, in the center between the second and between the third, ये जो होते हैं ये आपके transition metals होते हैं. So X is basically your transition metal, okay, is a transition metal, and this is group 3, and group 3 onwards we have group 3 के बाद आपका group 4 आता है, and this is 5, 6, 7, and then you have group 8. So Y and Z, they both are basically your non-metals, right? Because they belong to group 6 and group 7. Now, which two letters represent the element that can react together to form covalent compounds? Covalent compounds are formed between the non-metals. So definitely they will be formed between Y and Z. So the option D is correct for question number 27. Coming to question number 8, which statement about some of the element in the periodic table is correct? The element germanium is in group 4, has less metallic characteristic than the gallium in group 3. So as we go towards the right hand side in the periodic table, the metallic characteristics जो होती हैं वो आपकी decrease होती हैं, ठीक है. metallic characteristic जो होती हैं वो decrease होती हैं, और आपकी नॉन मेटालिक कैरेक्टरिस्टिक जो होती हैं वो इंक्रीज होती हैं. नॉन मेटालिक कैरेक्टरिस्टिक दे इंक्रीजेस. सो दैट्स एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट. जब आप ग्रुप 4 जो है दे विल बिकम लेस मेटालिक, उनके अंदर कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स होंगी देन the group 3 elements. So A is correct element, but still let's read the following option. Let's see what's wrong in them. Element in group 5 forms an ion with charge of plus 3. Group 5 can there, they are short of 3 electrons to be stable like noble gases, so they will be having a charge of 3 negative, not 5 positive, because they'll be acquiring 3 electrons, and on acquiring the 3 electrons, so they will be having a charge of 3 negative. Element in the same group react in the similar way because they all contain the same number of electrons. No, they have the same number of valence electrons. They don't have the total number of electrons same, but the valence electron, last shell, outer shell electrons are same. So that makes the whole statement wrong. Transition metals are given this name as they easily change from solid to liquid. No, the transition metals, this is incorrect information. So the option B, C, and D is incorrect. A is the correct answer for the question number 28. 29, these statements are about the halogens. Halogens are basically your group 7 elements, right? They are group 7 elements. The group 7 elements are basically your fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, and your acetine, right? So all halogens are non-metallic and diatomic molecules. Yes, they are diatomic. That means fluorine will be existing as F2, chlorine in the atmosphere will be existing as Cl2. So they form diatomic molecules. That's absolutely correct for the halogens. Chlorine displaces both bromine and iodine, chlorine being more reactive. So on the top, fluorine, this is the most reactive halogen. As we go down, the reactivity, it decreases, right? So we know that the chlorine is more reactive, so it will be displacing bromine and bromide and iodide from the salt solution, right? So this is again correct. The halogen become more reactive on descending group 7. So the part the option 3 is basically incorrect. As I've already told you that when they descend, their reactivity decreases. They don't become more reactive. They become less reactive. So which statements are correct? So statement 1 and 2 are correct. So for question number 29, option B is the correct option. Question number 30, which two statements indicate that metal M may have a proton number between 21 and 30? So these are the elements. The proton number 21 and 30 belongs to the transition block. So they will, which is specifically for the transition metal. Yes, they are metals, so they will be conducting electricity. It does not react with the water. This is wrong. They will be reacting with the water. Okay, so these elements will be, it forms two basic oxides with the formula MO and M2O3. Yes, that's correct, because they will be showing, this is the transition metal. They have the variable valency. Here they have the valency of 2 plus, and then this they have a the M has a variable valency of +3, and they will be forming the colored sulfate. So these are the properties, specifically the characteristic or the properties shown by transition metals, right? So that means the option D will be the correct option for the question number 30, which are the special characteristic of the transition element, which are ranging between 21 and 30. Now I will be discussing the remaining 10 questions in another following video. Please do watch that as well.